This question comes from Maddie Borner. Thanks so much, Maddie Borner.
Thank
We appreciate
you.
you. The question asks, how did you two meet? And when did you realize that you were going to be friends? I thought this one was interesting and kind.
Is it sweeter if I remember exactly when we met?
Aw, yes. I think you should say it.
We met in varsity choir. It was the first day, and I sat next to two boys that ended up being my pals for the rest of the time that they were there, named Will Palumbo and Alex Howe. And we were all tenor boys, because we all had high voices, except mine was high because I was a small boy, and theirs was high because they were talented. And I learned many things from these boys, such as how to wear sweaters, how to wear shoes without socks, how to
We are not good role models.
when did when did I learn that that I was gonna be friends with Will? There was a time that I went over to Will's house and we were playing ping pong, and he started blasting the song that had just come out called "Radioactive" by Imagine Dragons.
Oh my
And then,
gosh.
well, he was in
I
the
feel ancient. I'm 23 and I've never felt older.
when he was in the bathroom, Alex Howe and I hid his favorite ping pong paddle in the ceiling, and we didn't tell him where we put it. And it ended up being
so mad.
the messiest day of the whole friendship that we had. It was wonderful.
What do you mean? What did we do after the ping pong paddle was hidden?
When
I don't remember that much.
the day that the ping pong paddle was hidden was also the day that I learned that you kept a really big knife in your room.
Oh yeah, that was. Wait, which big? I've had a couple big knives, and I'm not even really a knife person. I don't really consider myself like a hyper masculine fellow, but I mean, I have a big machete that I've said I didn't have for a couple different things, and that was from a camping trip. It's all rusty and not good. I have my grandfather's hatchet in my car, and then somewhere I have a big knife. Yeah, and I think that's the one you're talking about.
There are a couple of moments that you can just tell that you're going to be friends with a guy. And there was a time that we, with another friend of ours, Ryan, found a way to pick the lock to backstage for the theater room. And I was going to talk about this on another idea that I had. Backstage, we picked the lock and we set up a GameCube backstage. So that we could play Smash Bros.
Oh boy, that was a unifying moment.
Well, play musical practice was going on, and we didn't tell the people running the musical or play that we had set it up.
Backstage manager, yeah.
Which was wonderful. That's the kind of stuff that that's when I was like, oh, I'm finally with people that are willing to take risks and not being boring people.
Yeah, that was one of those moments when I realized how much teen angst I had in me for, like, seeing some sort of injustice that doesn't matter at all because the stage manager was like, this is my domain. How dare you put a GameCube in it in the lounge area? And I was like, man, that's so messed up. And I was so riled about it. And I think through stuff like that and through breaking into different high school places that we weren't supposed to be in, we definitely created that. I think also, yeah, like you said, like the video sketches, how many comedy sketches we made that we look back and we cringe so hard, but we're so glad that they're there and that we don't have any video evidence of them anymore. And then they're not capable of people to laugh at and look at how dumb we were when we were 16 and 15 years old. But yeah, I also remember how did the two of us meet was, varsity choir, and then we had the same phone. And the phone thing has been like a reoccurring thing for us because we had the Galaxy Note 2, I believe, was the first one we had. And then, and that was my junior year of high school. And then by the time I went to college, without us talking about it, we both got the Note 4, and that's not so crazy. But then after that, we both switched to the same iPhone, and so it's always just been like an unspoken thing of we just know that we're always going to get the exact same phone, and that's a small insignificant detail to most people, but something that I knew from the very start of like, oh, this is the only other person who has this terrible crappy phone that I said that I was going to get because of this dumb little stylus that pokes out of the bottom.
Exactly why I got it.
Yeah. But yeah, good question, thank you for asking. It's always cool to just ask stuff like that, even if it isn't particular advice.